Hello and welcome back, everybody, to F123 My Team Career Mode. This is episode number 3 of season 2, as we are ready to head to the Azerbaijan Grand Prix. So right now we're just looking at a couple of possible upgrades to do to the car, get it back to how it was performing in the previous season. Also, a disclaimer. I'm recording this right now after uploading the second episode, and that is going to be going up at 7 p.m. I mean, not that you're gonna be watching this before the previous episode coming out, but I'm just stating that I have been away for a while. Let's say 3 months to be exact. For like normal reasons. Just had like uni work to get to, finals week. Actually, since my midterms, I wasn't even able to record a video because I was so focused on getting my grades up. Well, not really getting my grades up, but just like working hard to get my grades to be as good as they needed to be. Anyway, enough about uni stuff. Unfortunately, we went a bit too early on the softs, transitioning between inters and dries, so we unfortunately head out of qualifying.
Forget pit stops, forget fuel management. It's pedal to the metal all the way here as we get ready for today's sprint. Off the back of a fantastic qualifying session, it's time to see how our starting grid looks for today's sprint. A fantastic effort from Charles Leclerc yesterday, and it's put him on pole. And the smooth operator Carlos Sainz completes the front row. Looking down the rest of the grid, we have Verstappen, Norris, Hamilton, Fernando Alonso, Russell, Stroll, Albon, Ocon, Oscar Piastri, Magnussen, Sonoda, Theo Pourchaire, Hauger, De Vries, Sargent, the owner driver, Bottas, Perez, Gasly, and Zhou Guanyu. Which of these drivers will get pole position today? We'll soon find out.
Alright, here we are. P18 formation lap. Sprint weekend as well. I always keep forgetting when there's going to be a sprint weekend, and Azerbaijan is one of the sprint weekends of 2023. We are now currently in 2024. I have the game. I have already recorded the first 2 episodes, and as soon as this season's done, so when we finish with Abu Dhabi at the end of this second season, will be able to get going into F124, and the results of this season will determine which car or which level of what our starting level would be. So like whether it be like a back marker / newcomer or a midfield competitor, as I don't think we'll be able to develop our car far enough into the season to become a title contender. But here we go. 5 red lights are on for the Azerbaijan sprint. It's lights out and away we go. Leclerc and Sainz go side by side. But who was that? Sainz gets a very poor start, drops all the way down to 8th place as we manage to make a few positions up into 15th position. Very decent start around the first 2 corners as we're now jostling for position. We slot into 15th place behind our teammate Yuki Tsunoda, as right now we're going to be approaching turn 1, 2, 3. This is turn 3. Thank you very much. Yeah, I have to count in my head to remember what what corner number that is, but it's gonna be a short sprint. So the more positions we get off the start, the better it will be uh, for our race. Well, I don't know why. It, I could, as we looked for a move down the inside over there of our teammate, trying to get past him as soon as possible. As I feel like, I'm just being held up over here. This is not really where I truly am able to perform, and P15 isn't really where my standards are set to. So yeah, the sooner the better. Like I said, to make an overtake and make our way up the field as we round the final few corners, just entering the final sector. Yeah, here one of my favorite parts of this track, just flat out, completely all the way to turn one, as we are now under pressure from Theo Porcher behind us, but he's not very close behind, and with no DRS it's gonna be basically no chance for him. But Sonoda makes a move on our ex-teammate Dennis Hauger and makes his way up to P13. I feel like this is gonna be our turn next as we go into the next corner. We're gonna look for a move around the outside, late braking. Hopefully we don't hit that barrier and we make the move stick. Now P14 in our Formula 1 car, as we're making good progress so far, keeping close, well, until now, as Sonoda decides to just disappear from our screens, and now we're under heavy pressure from Pierre Gasly and Theo Porcher close behind. As the final lap, we're now in the final lap of this sprint race, as maybe I just didn't find the good rhythm between lap 2 and lap 6, but with DRS we make a move on Pierre Gasly around the outside and make the move stick. And that's probably all she wrote. I mean, to be fair, we are now heading to a race. So this is just gonna set the grid for the Sunday race, as Leclerc, who has started first from the start, crosses the line to win the sprint race. Max Verstappen in second, Lando Norris third place, as right now we're gonna be fighting for P14, P15 between me and Pierre Gasly. Maybe Logan Sargent can join in on this last lap sprint to the line, but we're gonna be using all our battery to keep Pierre Gasly behind as we claim P14 in the sprint. Hopefully we can make more moves in the Sunday race.
Let's see how the driver's standings have changed. Well, that lead at the top has somewhat shrunk today. Well, that wraps up the sprint. All that remains is the main event. We'll be live and uninterrupted for the Grand Prix tomorrow, so make sure you join us then. A warm welcome to you all at home for today's Azerbaijan Grand Prix, a race that in its short history has already proven no stranger to drama, and where a fourth row start is just about as likely to give you a podium as pole position, with Lance Stroll and Sergio Perez finishing third from there in 2017 and 2018 respectively. Baku City Circuit then. It's an unpredictable 3.7-mile track around the streets of the Azerbaijan capital. 20 turns for our drivers to navigate today, including the infamous Turn 8, one of the tightest and most challenging corners of the season. It's time to see how our drivers are stacking up after yesterday's exciting qualifying session. A fantastic effort from Charles Leclerc yesterday, and it's put him on pole, edging out Max Verstappen, who'll start from P2. Considering the rest of the grid, we have Norris, Russell, Hamilton, Fernando Alonso, Sainz, Stroll, Albon, Ocon, Oscar Piastri, Tsunoda, the owner driver, Gasly, Sargent, Teo Pourchaire, Joe, Bottas, De Vries, Perez, Hauger, and Kevin Magnussen fills the last spot on the grid. And with lights out just moments away, it's time to go down to the track.
Alright, here we are. Formation lap for the Sunday race. Penalties have helped us, well, penalties from other drivers helped us make a position up. So we are now P13, starting P13 on the medium tire. I wasn't aware what second tire we were supposed to go on. See, this is my problem. I don't pay attention to stuff. How do you think I stop making videos all of a sudden? It's because I need to focus in class, man. And there we go. Again, see, you see it right now. Like, I'm not even paying attention to what gear I'm in. And I suddenly slip it into neutral. But good parking. Perfect parking, actually. Very nice. And we're angled perfect. Oh, I hit the microphone. A perfect angle. Looking into turn 1, straight ahead of us. We have Piastri, Ocon, Tsunoda in front of us as 5 red lights for the Azerbaijan Grand Prix Sunday race. It's lights out and away we go. Max Verstappen gets a very good getaway off the line as he immediately takes the lead as Leclerc drops down to 3rd place. George Russell up into 2nd as we are now still in 13th, but we are side by side with another car. I wonder who that is. I think that is our teammate Yuki Tsunoda, who started on the soft tire, but with ERS we are going to be able to keep it side by side going into turn 3. Yeah, I don't know why I stopped myself there for a second thinking it wasn't turn 3, but yeah, we make a move on to Yuki Tsunoda. And then we're going to try another move on Alex Albon, but it doesn't seem to have worked as now we have our teammate once again side by side and we managed to hold on to 12th position. Pretty good start. Is it? We just made up one position. Normally I go for those like Fernando Alonso, like, you know, the old days where he used to make up like 10 positions off the start into turn 1, that kind of stuff. But yeah, it doesn't seem to have happened for us. I mean, either way, we're gonna start to get ourselves into a good rhythm for the race as Yuki Tsunoda very close, basically sitting on a gearbox over there. Excuse that. Basically sitting on our gearbox as we're gonna make our way to the finish line. We're not done with this race yet. This is just lap 1 of 18 as Alex Albon, who was a good distance ahead, dropped a few positions. I believe he started P9, dropped a few positions to Ocon and Piastri as if we look at the leaderboards, Russell and Verstappen have swapped positions and now Russell is in the lead of the race and we are now close enough to Alex Albon to have a DRS assistance. Unfortunately, we don't have DRS on the second lap in F123, and yeah, that doesn't seem to have affected us in any way as we managed to keep ourselves close to Albon going onto the pit straight. And with ERS, we're going to be able to catch him and make a move. Maybe inside, maybe down the outside, but we go for the inside line going into turn 1 as we make the move down the inside and take 11th place and set the fastest lap as well, which is pretty decent. If we manage to get into the points, we get ourselves an extra bonus point for effort. But yeah, still the third lap. Anything can happen in this race as now Lance Stroll is our next target. DRS is activated this lap, and we're gonna have to try and stay within that 1 second gap to get the benefit of DRS, as right now it doesn't seem like I'm even close to 1 second of Lance Stroll. It seems like Albon has DRS on us. Yeah, but our teammate has a better chance of overtaking Alexander Albon going into turn 1, as they're going to squabble now for position P12, as I think this time we are close to Lance Stroll to have that DRS flap open. Let's have a look over here. Yes, we have that DRS flap open, and we are closing in, using the battery as well to get that extra punch of power down the straight, as we basically did nothing to that gap. We basically just took down 2 tenths, and right now lap 7 we just decided to skip to lap 7, as probably nothing happened between then and now, as we have yellows ahead of us. What car could it be that broke down, had an accident? It's Lando Norris in the McLaren, out of this race, as we have a replay now. He was breaking down. He had an issue with the engine, and his teammate basically just punted him into the runoff, and he lost his front wing, meaning Piastri has to go into the pits regardless. But I feel like the entire grid is heading to the pits. Now this may be bad for our teammate, as we're double stacking. We're very close to one another, meaning I'm gonna be slowing him down. We have both cars. Was it both of us in points? I'm not so sure, but yeah, we're gonna end up getting out in P9. Tsunoda just now getting his car serviced. Probably gonna have a hard time making up those positions he lost in the pits, as we bang, and we hit the wall with our right rear tire, and we're gonna now prepare for the safety car restart on lap 9. Comments on that safety car incident where 2 teammates hit each other. One was trying to get off safely into the runoff area, still dangerous, so VSC came out, and then we had the crash, or the collision. No, we can't call it a crash. It was just a collision where Piastri lost his front wing, and now he's sitting in P17 due to a long pit stop because he had to change his front wing. Now Russell is gonna get us going once again, as he chooses now is the right choose. I don't know. He chose that time to go, as we now make a few moves, as we make 2 positions up into P7, and we have Carlos Sainz ahead of us. And with the safety car restart, there's no DRS on the first 2 laps after the restart, meaning it's gonna be basically we're just gonna be drafting behind one another to get that slipstream and extra speed down the straight, as we're gonna try our best to keep ourselves close to Carlos Sainz and fight for position, get more points for the team to hopefully assist us with our championship battle in the constructors, and see where our next season, which is F1 24, is gonna start. I mean, I already know that because I already finished all the races, but you guys don't know that, so, you know, suspense, excitement. I don't know what other words can I use here. Stroll is very close behind, it seems, as we are starting to lose contact with the Ferrari ahead of us. I mean, no brainer. Sainz is in a Ferrari. We're in a fast shitbox, as I said in the first video, in the first episode of season 2. But yeah, we're pretty close. We could actually possibly make a move down into turn 1. With ERS, we could actually make that move happen, as we are now very in his slipstream. That's English, I promise. As we just make an easy move around the outside before we even make it into turn 1 and slot ourselves into P6. But that could have cost us some precious time trying to catch up to Lewis Hamilton in P5, as right now he's in a battle of his own with Alonso and Leclerc. Russell and Verstappen are gone at this point. We don't even see them on our screens. anymore. Yeah, you can see them a little bit in the distance over there, but nothing more of that. This is going to be a very long clip, by the way. It's just a 4-minute clip, if I'm not mistaken, of me just commentating on this safety car restart. I mean, we started lap 9. Nah, lap 9 was the end of the safety car, going into lap 10, and then we made the move on Carlos Sainz heading into lap 11. So right now we're nearing the end of lap 11. Sainz is very close behind, and he's gotten his momentum up again, and he's gonna be threatening us from behind on the long pit straight. Very good opportunity for him. Even without DRS, he could make a move into turn 1 as he brakes a bit later than us and closes the gap down to, I would say, 3 to 4 car lengths. Length, not width. Yeah, length. I know my geometry, guys. I have made it into a university without failing a single course, I promise. I am smart. Anyway, Carlos Sainz doesn't have an opportunity here as he was a bit too far behind making a move into turn 1, but with DRS being re-enabled on this lap, he's gonna have a very good opportunity to make a move into the next corner. As you can see ahead of us, Hamilton has basically built a 7-second gap, probably because of me battling with Carlos Sainz for P6, and we go off the track over there, maybe outbraking ourselves, and that gives a very good opportunity to Carlos Sainz in P7 to make a move into turn 1 with DRS. He's already looking to be side by side with us, and he is probably using ERS and DRS going down the pit straight, making it very useless for us to fight that. But we're gonna try to hold position against Lance Stroll, and we managed to keep it going around the outside as he almost overtook us going down the inside, and we have a chance to retake P6 from Carlos Sainz with DRS, this time on our car being activated. But we're gonna hopefully try to close the gap, maybe make a move down the inside. No, we cannot, as we are too far back, and maybe kamikazing is not a good idea as we get a huge snap of oversteer exiting the corner. I mean, to be fair, the tires are hard, and I would hardly imagine them going off after 3 laps under the safety car. And yeah, pretty much it's just driver skill issue. Anyway, George Russell leading the race on the final lap. Max Verstappen nowhere to be seen as Russell built a huge gap between himself and Max Verstappen between the safety car restart and now. As you can see him in the back over there as George Russell crosses the line to win the Azerbaijan Grand Prix. Max Verstappen second place. Fernando Alonso comes home to take third. Hamilton managed to overtake Leclerc and takes 4th place, with Leclerc ending his race in 5th as Carlos Sainz crosses the line to take 6th place with us in 7th, and having Perez behind us on the pit straight with DRS. Could he possibly make a move on the line? And no, he cannot, as we hold on to 6th place. Pretty decent race for us.
Okay, pick up
I would say pretty decent. 7th. Did I say 6th? Yeah, we finished in 7th, which is a pretty decent race considering we started P18, but a very good race from Perez, who started behind us actually.
It's never an easy race here in Azerbaijan.
And yeah, I'd give this race 4 stars out of 5. I could have done stuff differently. Maybe could have picked a better strategy. And yeah, George Russell, race winner.
What set them apart from the rest?
I feel like consistency was probably the key today. There's being quick, and then there's being quick lap after lap after lap. If you can do that, you can capitalise on other people's errors without making many of your own. And that's an approach that can push you a long way up the field.
After an excellent performance at the Grand Prix, I'm sure there'll be plenty of celebrations tonight amongst the Mercedes team, and they certainly deserve it. Let's have a quick look at how the driver's standings have changed. This result then narrows the gap between our championship leader and the rest of the standings. So, Anthony Davidson, who would you rank as your driver of the day?
But there's no question in my mind it has to go to George Russell. What a performance. He's got every right to be proud of what he accomplished out there today.
It's time to check out the constructors' standings. Mercedes continue to extend their lead. Meanwhile, Ferrari have improved their position. A strong weekend for them as they fight their way towards the top. Well, that was certainly an exciting weekend of Formula One. Be sure to join us for more exciting Formula One action very soon.
Thank you guys so much for watching this episode of F123 My Team Career Mode. Please leave a like and subscribe. Don't forget to follow me on Instagram if you haven't done so already. And be on the lookout for the next episode. Could be coming in the next 1 to 2 days of uploading this. Hopefully I can get this season done within the next week and a half, so we can get going in F124. I don't know. Should I apologize? I don't know. I feel like I let myself down with how long it took for me to get back to uploading videos, and yeah, I'm gonna have to get back on the grind, I guess. Anyway, yeah, thank you guys so much for watching till the end. Have a good day.